What's up, guys? Welcome back to Feed the Beast Interactions. This is episode 13, I believe. Hopefully not an unlucky one for us. So today we said we wanted to start progressing on this space tab. But before we get going with that, I want to make these boots of the Traveller that I didn't make last episode. Okay, there we go. Now, these are slightly less armour than the Thaumian boots. Just one armour, but I think they give you more movement speed or something. High jumps. They need to be charged. There's a Viz charge section. May actually just go straight for this Amulet of Vis, so we don't have to bother like worrying about a pedestal. It's not a super difficult craft. The instability is high, but we should be okay. So I think I let the warp in this chunk build up a little bit too high. I mean, I needed to scan one of these for the this research, I think, and get the warp in a chunk too high for this. Didn't seem to have unlocked anything new from it, but it kind of hurts. Luckily I've got a silverwood tree right here, so I'm pretty sure, like, because I just voided a bunch of stuff in the Essentia smelter. I already had a full jar or something, and then this happened. My warp's already down to like 40 again in this chunk, so I think this thing will just close on its own. Okay, I think I have everything for this infusion now. There we go. There we go. There is our Viz amulet. Or amulet of Viz, should I say. Can I put this on there? Yeah, there we go. Now that should recharge my boots to the Traveller. And yeah, that's definitely increased my movement speed. And my jump height. Also, I mentioned last episode that I wanted to build this Robo-Surgeon. And now we have everything for it. There we go. And there's also the surgery chamber. I did make this already. I'm not entirely sure what I did with it though. Yeah, I've got no idea what I did with it. I remember making it. I'll probably find it in about 5 minutes and be really angry with myself, but I'm just going to make another one for now. I believe we put down that, and then we put the Robo-Surgeon on top of it. Now, that shouldn't have done anything to me. That's kind of neat. First of all, we need a power source. And this is a HV battery. About these marrow capacitors. Marrow batteries, sorry. Okay, yeah, this is much more durable. Okay, so there's a couple of marrow batteries. I don't know how many we need. We'll do 2 for now. And then there's some sort of charger. This thing. And this isn't too bad. Just need the MV machine hull. Okay, and there's our charger. I assume this has to be connected to power. Does not take EU, unfortunately. Okay, so I assume we want the bone layer to put these marrow batteries in. Yes, they both go in the same slot. I guess we walk in here, close the door. And now, assumedly, we have... Yeah, okay, so now these shells installed. And then I guess we can jump on here. We get charged up. I don't know how we see our charge. The shame it requires this for the quest because it almost makes me want to wait. So I have this salvaged cyber eyes. Like, they're really not difficult to make. But seeing as I'm probably going to have to make one for the quest later when I unlock it, I'm just going to try installing these for now. No idea what slot these go into. Oh. Oh, I have to... That's a little gruesome. Straight up remove my eyes. I now have my human eyes. You can't make new ones or make anything with these. I'm just put these in here for now in case I want them later. I forgot to record when I noticed, but that rift thing exploded and now I have tank. Which is great. Hopefully if I destroy it, it won't spread. Because this stuff is nasty. There was like a seed thing in the middle that was like a mob that I killed. And then I remembered I should probably record and show it off. Okay, so the first thing we need for this night vision is the biothermic mind. I've done the research already. It did give some permanent warp. We need a clockwork mind. So we need to make this simple arcane mechanism first. I don't have any aqua fizz crystals either. I suppose I'm lucky and haven't taken the one from the quests. I am. Nice. Do we need one of those? And then we can make a normal clockwork mind. Should probably be scanning this stuff. And then in order to make the biothermic mind, we need a zombie brain and a complex arcane mechanism, which needs 2 more of these. I will need to make up some more brass. Here's our complex arcane mechanism. So we just need the clockwork mind, the complex arcane mechanism, and the zombie brain, and then the essences. Okay, and then we should be able to start this infusion. There we go. There's our biothermic mind. We'll get started with what I said I was going to do today soon, I promise. I just got a little bit distracted. Okay, and now we should be able to craft this. And I guess we install it to the eye slot. Oh yeah, there we go, now I have night vision. I don't need to hold R to open the cyberware menu, but I think I need to change that control. Okay, so now we can turn the night vision on and off with the hotkey. That's pretty nice, I never have to worry about making night vision potions again. I just have to be careful not to run out of power because everything goes black pretty much when I do. Okay then, so on to what I actually plan to do for today. Now, in order to get started on this tab, it wants us to have some silicon production and polyvinyl chloride production. I'm probably not going to automate this until we get ME, just because honestly I don't want to set up too many passive systems with logistics pipes, because they tend to like throw items out into the world if you mess anything up. So we'll probably just make up a big batch of polyvinyl chloride and a big batch of silicon for now. And then we can get started with these quests. I just realised I made a bit of a silly mistake earlier. I don't actually need any HV infrastructure to make the HV battery, so we can just make this ultra dense capacitor. And this can store 60,000 power, so I'm going to swap out the marrow batteries. And this is what it looks like when I don't have any charge. And there we go. Okay, so I've made up some polyvinyl chloride and some silicon. Silicon takes ages to smelt in the blast furnace, so I'll keep making some of that up for now and we'll see how far we can get. The first thing it wants us to craft is this hollow projector, which needs an optical sensor, which is an assembler with destabilized redstone, gold foil and diamond lens. We make that really easily. And that should be everything for our hollow projector. Nice. So next we can either make this precise assembling machine, or we can go with this geopolymer Thermalcrete. Let's do this one first. So this is just some concrete, glass dust, aluminium dust, sodium hydroxide dust, and gravel. We have all of this apart from the concrete, but this is pretty cheap to make up. And then the Thermalcrete. There we go. This lets us make the launch pad, I think. And these structural tiles are really easy. And we're also going to have to make these spacesuits. And I think before we do this quest, well, these quests, we'll go and do this assembly quest. Building this multi-block is pretty much a bunch of microcrafting. It's all like really easy ingredients. Just with stuff like polyethylene. As far as the motors go, we can't make these two because they use iridium and titanium. And this one just uses titanium, and we can't make that yet. But we can do this one with the steel plates and the gold coils. And it gives us a free elite motor for finishing the quest, which is probably nice. And the hatches are, again, it's just these. I'm just going to go ahead and make all of this up. Yeah, I think I have everything for the multi-block now. We want the precision assembling machine. And yep, that looks okay. So we will put the power plug here. Let's just put input and output next to each other here. And then the rest is all machine structures, pretty much. Did we get... Yeah, we did. We can put these two coil blocks from the quest here. And then the motors. Okay, it's still not showing me the next layer. And then there's that layer. And if we right click this, there we go, that forms the multi-block. And we need to give it power, it's going to have to be RF, so we'll have to steal a Spectre coil from somewhere or make some more up. Now we'll need some of these basic circuit plates, which is just gold, redstone and a wafer. And I think we have to turn it on. This is actually a pretty cool machine. Some like neat little animations. So we can make these tracking circuits that we need for the guidance computer. Okay, so there's the tool casing, which we need for the linker. And there's the linker. Oh no, there's the linker. And then we need the guidance computer. And here's the guidance computer. Grab these for the quests. This gives another linker. I'm not entirely sure why we'd need two, but so now we're going to have to do this quest here. So we're going to want 8 structure power towers and 25 launch pads. So to make these structure towers, it is just steel rods, and one recipe makes 8. Okay, and there we go. There's the structure towers, and then 25 launch pads. Yeah, these are going to be a little bit more expensive. I will have to get more ink sacs, I think. Might be worth just duplicating them with Thaumcraft. Okay, and that should be enough for our launch pads. I actually spent like 2 in-game days looking for squids and didn't find a single one, so I had to use Thaumcraft in the end. Okay. And then we need to create a space station assembler. First off, we'll make 2 of these rocket assembling machines. We only need 1 for now, but we'll need another one to actually craft our rocket in the later quest. We might as well make them both now. And then in order to make the space station assembler, we need some blocks of polyvinyl chloride, aluminium gears, and advanced circuits, which is just MV circuits with a diamond lens in the laser engraver. And there's the space station assembler. It needs to sit on top of a power input plug, which is these are small sodium batteries with battery alloy plates. And that's the plug. And what else do we need for this quest? Satellite bay and a satellite builder. And the satellite builder is a bunch more microcrafting. It's all pretty easy though. Some more polyvinyl chloride. The satellite bay is just some aluminium rods and advanced machine structures. There's the satellite bay, and there's our satellite builder finally. Next up, we need to make our spacesuit so we don't suffocate. Suit station is just all the same things as everything else in this mod, I swear. And then the suit itself, we need a bunch of white rock wool, aluminium, steel and glass plates, a rotor, liquid fuel tank. We've made most of these things before. Yeah, it's mostly just aluminium and white rock wool. And we've got grey rock wool, so we just combine it with some bone meal. And I think that's everything. Grab all of these. What am I missing? Oh, the leggings. Did I make those? Did not. Okay, so I am actually going to need to make up some more grey rock wool for this. Okay, and there we go. That should be the quest now. One of these days I'll actually be adequately prepared for something. I'll pop the suit workbench down here next to the assembly station, and I think if we put the chest in, we can put the tank in like that. And now this has the tank. We have almost got far enough to go to the moon, but we're not going to get there today. There's one thing that happens when we travel to space is we get the new mob staging, and it has mobs that ignore light level, which sounds absolutely wonderful considering the mobs in this pack are already awful. We're going to have to make a peace candle first. And thankfully they give us this severance reagent, because I think it's the hardest part of the craft. Yeah, the rest is just barrier stones, corrupted glitch heart, so we will have to get one of our things up to self-aware. And we've already got the candle. It's also a very high instability, so I may have to figure out a better way to sort out instability. Also a 3-chunk radius. I guess if we put it in the middle, then it's just about going to cover our base, but not the whole island. So there's a good chance we're going to get mobs spawning everywhere on the outside. Thankfully, they gave us this severance reagent though, because that requires a minimum of 800 will, which is a pretty high Tartaric gem, I think. And we haven't even started on this part of Blood Magic yet. We'll probably do that once we've been to space. And then the only thing after that we'll need to do is to make the rocket fuel. This is cryogenic hydrogen and cryogenic oxygen mixed together to give us rocket fuel. And these are actually really easy. It's just 10 buckets of oxygen and cryo-lithium to get the oxygen. And then the same thing with hydrogen, 10 buckets of hydrogen and cryo-lithium to get the cryogenic hydrogen. I think we're going to leave it there for today. Thank you all for watching. If you've got any feedback, leave it down in the comments. Before the episode tomorrow, I will figure out the stability on the infusion altar and get us ready to make the peace candle. So we can do that first thing, then make some rocket fuel, and then head off to the moon. And we'll see where it takes us from there. Hope to see you guys next time.